Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news. What would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you? So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 86, and I am so glad that you're here today because I'm talking about speed today. And that is the speed with which you grow your business. Because I think there's a lot of anxiety around this. Y'all are trying to figure out how fast you should be doing everything. And, should you already be at certain milestones? And I want to stop all of this today and just have a talk with you about the speed with which you're building your business. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast because I have no doubt it will help you as you start and build a business doing what you love. If you're new here, hit subscribe right now. If you're an Apple Podcast or Spotify, because you don't want to miss out on any future episodes. And did you know I have some free goodies for you? If you're new, I do. I have a free 16-step checklist that will help you, that you can go through as you start your business. It's awesome. People love it. And I also, for those of you who are kind of stuck in the business idea stage, I also have what's called an Ikigai guide, and it's a guide that will truly help you match up your skills and your passions with a viable business. So check those free downloads out. They're down below in the show notes. You can always grab information there in the show notes. Make sure you do that. If you've been listening a while, thank you all so much. Thank you for the awesome reviews. As you know, I give shout outs to those of you that leave reviews because I am so forever grateful for them. Today's review is from CGB Hockey 22. Thank you so much for this review. It says, "Thank you, Kimberly. I'm just starting a small business and have been feeling anxious about the process and all the doubts that keep swimming in my head. After listening to one episode of Kimberly, I felt like she was speaking to me and reminding me of all the reasons why I should and can be a small business owner. Thank you, Kimberly." Oh my goodness, this makes me so happy, and this is so true. If you have a yearning in your heart to do this, let me tell all of you right now, you can do this. I'm a normal person. I've been doing it for over 20 years. I'm not a genius. I'm not famous. I built a business myself, several businesses, doing what I love. And I want you all to know that you can too. And it's one of the most fulfilling things that you will ever do in your life. CGB Hockey 22, thank you so much for this awesome review. And if you've been listening a while and you find value in this podcast, would you be so kind? Just really quick, scroll down if you're an Apple Podcast or whatever and hit 5 stars. Takes 1 second, literally 1 second, not even 1 second, depending on how fast you are. 5 stars. It does me such a favor because it lets Apple and Spotify know that this podcast is valuable. If you've never written a review and you have 30 seconds to type something out, I would be so grateful. It helps me so much. I read them and it just gives me the feedback to keep doing this because I do love this, but I'm talking to a microphone in a room all by myself, so I don't really get feedback, So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode. Hello, everyone. How are you? How is everything going? What's going on with your business? What's shaking? Are you making money yet? Are you making money consistently? I sure hope so. I want to get you there. I want to help you make the money that you need to live this business dream that you've had. So I'm so happy you all are here. Today, I want to talk about the speed with which you build your business. And some of you are like, I'm moving really fast. I need to move faster. And some of you are like, I'm not moving fast enough. And I just want to talk you through this. Let's just kind of break this down so that you can realize that your journey is your journey. Okay? It's unique to everyone else out there, right? It's just like when we grow up as children, right? You know how some kids mature at different ages? Some mature early, some are late bloomers. Hey, this is TMI, but I was a late bloomer, right? We all bloom at different times. I grew in college. I grew 2 inches in college, which is crazy. None of my friends, I don't think, grew in college, which was weird. Anyways, we all grow, we all blossom, we all bloom at different times. No one is exactly the same, right? You all know this. And with your business, it's the same. You take certain steps at, certain times, and there's a lot of factors that go into the speed with which you build your business. Spoiler alert, there is no certain speed. Like, I'm not going to tell you you need to be going 40 miles an hour all the time. I'm not going to tell you to put it on cruise control at 65. There are no traffic cops on this path, on this road to your business success. There is no speed limit signs. There's no one regulating your speed. Now, granted, on this road, if you picture it like a road, you're on a road trip, there may be yield signs, there may be stop signs, and I want to talk about those, right? But in general, there's no parameters around the speed that you have to go. You do not have to accelerate if you don't want to. So take a deep breath today. If you've been worried that you're not going fast enough, you're not hitting milestones fast enough, there's a lot of factors that go into this, and realize that it's okay. And that just because your neighbor or your friend or you're in my Facebook group and somebody else is getting a lot of sales or getting a lot of business and they're celebrating their wins and you don't have any right now, know that your time is coming. Your time is coming. And if you are in that space where things are happening, yay, I'm so excited, but I am sure you would say it took you a while to get to this point. It took you some brain power, I like to say, George Bush, our former president, George Bush, he used to say strategery. Do y'all remember that? And there was a meme with strategery with Will Ferrell. He was like on a Saturday Night Live skit. So I like to say the word strategery, but people think I'm crazy because they may not know the reference that I'm making. Anyways, former president George Bush, it was hilarious. Strategery. Okay, you can look up that meme, by the way. It cracks me up. Anyways, my point is, with all of that, you're able to build the business of your dreams. But again, it's at your own speed. So let's just talk about right now what happens if you build your business too slow, okay? Because there's some of you out there, so listen up if I'm speaking to you, that know that you're going at too slow of a speed, like you're scared to put on the gas. And I just want to let you know the cons of going too slow, whether it be because you're scared to do it, you just don't have the confidence, you don't really know what you're doing, right? If you go too slow, you won't get to enjoy the all-important momentum effect. And that's what I'm trying to help all of you gain is momentum, right? Okay, so we'll get back to that. But you will not get to enjoy the momentum effect if you're going too slow. You will start doubting yourself and lose confidence if you let this drag out and you go too slow. You'll be questioning it, then you'll seek out other things you could do to make money, and it may not ever happen for you. This happens to some people. They have this dream and they start, but then they never bring it to fruition. Some people never even start in general. At least you're starting. At least you're here. There's some people that aren't even here getting more information. They just sit at home and say, I want to have a business, and they don't do one thing. I can't help those people. I cannot help them. At some point, they have to step into themselves and say, I'm going to take this on. I'm going to learn more because I'm going to push forward. And if at any point I don't feel like it's for me, I can back out. I don't think people realize they have an out. You don't have to do this. What you have to do is give your dream due diligence and take steps forward. Research, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, talk to people. Get as much information as you can, right? Okay, so here's some more cons of going too slow. You won't stay focused. You'll get distracted. It's like business ADD. You'll be like off doing something else and you'll be stalling and putting it off. Also, if you stall with this, like you take one step, but then you don't do anything else, others will notice and they may not take you as seriously as you want them to take you. And that's unfortunate, right? So that's if you're going too slow. Those are the cons of going too slow. You won't enjoy momentum. You'll lose confidence. You'll start doubting. You won't stay focused. And others may not take you as seriously as you want them to take this business, right? Okay, so on the flip side of that, if you go too fast with your business, if you go just too fast, you're doing everything so fast and you're like, I'm getting everything up for sale. Woo, it's only been a week and I'm ready to launch. Well, you probably haven't created the foundations of your business that you need to sustain you. You need brand and business foundations. That's why I teach those methods in my Just Start program. So if you're listening here today, and this is you, and you've gone too fast, and you haven't created all the crucial foundations, your mission, your niche, set up all your systems, gotten all your expenses laid out of everything you're going to be doing, understand your brand, how you're going to market. If you don't know these basics, grab my Just Start course right now. You can work on it now. You can work on it your own time. If you have a job, whatever it is, start laying the foundations because I don't want you to go too fast. Because if you do, you're going to spread yourself really thin. Number one, because you're going to be doing a bazillion things in like a week, but you're not set up for success. Number two, you are going to short yourself creating like a brand. You're almost turning into just like a transactional business and you're just offering something really quick that really has no longevity because you haven't thought this through and you haven't really given it the due diligence to think it through, what this means, all the systems that you're going to need, what this means 6 months down the road for your clients. You don't have all that. The quality of your product may suffer because you're going too fast. You haven't tested it. You haven't gotten feedback from people, right? You may end up impulsively buying a whole bunch of inventory because you're like hurrying and you didn't really think it through and you end up with so much extra inventory sitting there, things that people don't want to buy. Do you want to end up with things people don't want? You don't. I can tell you from personal experience. I ended up with too much inventory when I was closing my businesses and I didn't realize it. It's a long story. I don't even know what episode it is now that I shared this on, but I ended up with too much inventory. I can't say that it was because I was going too fast with my business or anything like that, but I wasn't really matching up the numbers with the demand and long story. I was way into my business at this point and I should have known better. But my point is, if you're going too fast, quality may suffer. You don't have a strong foundation. You may end up with too much inventory because you're being impulsive about decisions. You may get really excited because you get a whole bunch of sales right away. You're like, yes, I have people that are raising their hands to buy my stuff right now. But then what? Then where are you showing up in 2 months? What are you doing to have a relationship with these people so that you can retain them? Like if you thought about all of this, if you go too fast, you may be strapped for cash because you may only have so much cash right now. You don't want to impulsively take out a loan or do something. I cannot tell you how detrimental this can be to your business to take out loans or put a whole bunch on a credit card before you even get this thing rolling. Promise me you're not going to do this unless you are working with a consultant who has this all mapped out and has a plan. Okay? But for those of you that are just getting started and you're just getting going here, please be smart about your money. Don't go too fast. Don't impulsively spend. I don't want you to be left after your launch sitting there going, now what? Nobody bought my stuff. Now what? I've already spent $10,000 on all this inventory. You haven't tested it. You haven't proven its quality. You don't have a fan base. How are you going to grow this business? If you go too fast, this will hurt the future of your business, okay? So what you want to do is not go too slow, right? Because we heard the negatives of that. You don't want to go too fast. Obvious negatives with that. You want to find just the right speed for you. And you're thinking, what's the right speed for me? Is that what you're thinking? Well, good question. Here's 3 things that I think your speed will depend on, okay? How fast you build this business, to me, will depend on these 3 big things. Now, there's plenty of other things here, and you may yell out some more in your mind as you're listening to this, but I'm just going to give you 3 today just to give you some thoughts about the speed with which you build your business and how it depends on some certain things in your life right now. So the first thing is, what season of life are you in? Are you in college? Did you just graduate college? Are you single out in the working world? Are you newly married? Did you just have a baby? Are you now an empty nester? Are you in your 60s trying to reinvent yourself? What season of life are you in? That will depend on the speed with which you build your business, okay? Because that depends on how you feel, how motivated you are, right? How much time you have, right? How much free time do you have to do this? If you are single and you have a part-time job and you have no other commitments, you have no pets, you have nothing, you may have so much time to get this thing moving, right? So again, it depends on the season of your life. If you have 5 children right now that you're homeschooling, you may not have that much time. And that's okay. That's not to say that that's a negative thing, because I think you're smart. If you've got 5 kids right now and you're starting to think about your business, and you can slow build the foundations so that when a few of those kids are gone or can occupy themselves easier with homeschooling, that you may have more time in the day to be able to really grow this business, right? So the season of life you are in depends on your speed, I believe. The second thing is the amount of money that you need will determine your speed. Let's just lay it out there. Some people, and don't get mad, other people out there, some people don't need to make much money with their business. Some of you need to make a living. Okay. And I realize there is a whole spectrum of the amount of money that people need to make. I've seen it in my coaching. I've seen it in my Just Start program. I have seen it everywhere that I have talked to new business owners. Everyone's definition of the money that they need is different. And so, do you need money? How much money do you need? Do you need $1,000 a month? Do you need $5,000 a month? Do you need $10,000? No, I'm not talking about want. We all want as much money as we can make from this business. That's a given. We all want to make as much money as we get. We all want to have $1 million businesses. Come on. That's a given. I'm talking about how much do you need to be able to pursue and enjoy this dream of yours. Like, do you need, about $1,000 a month? Do you need $2,500 a month? Do you need $5,000 a month? Do you need about $6,000 a month? What do you need? I hope you're thinking about that, because that's going to help you and it's going to motivate you. There are some people that I work with. Some of you are like, you know what? I don't have to make much money, even if I made $500 a month. And that's amazing. Still pursue this dream. Do this. Doesn't matter if you need 500 or 5,000. We're going to approach your business exactly the same. We're going to create the foundations. We're going to help you build your audience. We're going to help you build your email list. We're going to help you enjoy profits. We're going to help you scale. That's why I'm developing my Grow Getters program. Have y'all heard about this yet? I just have to tell you, it's going to be launching very soon. I don't know when you're listening to this, but Grow Getters has been my baby right now. It's going to help you grow your business and take action. So you can be like a go-getter while you're growing. So you're a grow getter. Do you get it? That's what I want to help you do. And I want us to support each other as we grow our businesses. Again, You've got to create that foundation. You've got to build your audience. You've got to grow your email list. You've got to then be making money and enjoying it and figuring out how to save and what to allocate to this and that. And then you've got to scale. You may need a team, right? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just trying to get this thing going. We're just trying to determine how much money we need to make this work so that we can live our business dream, right? Some of you have full-time jobs. Some of you are home with kids, right? I realize your time is constrained and your money motivation is different. Everyone's is unique, just like the speed with which you grow your business, your money needs. So please pass no judgment on any other business owner, because if she says, I only need to make $700 a month, but so-and-so over here says, well, I got to make $7,000 a month. Let's not be catty. Let's not be weird. Let's support each other. We're all just building businesses. What we need out of it is fulfillment. That's what we need. The money is our own personal story, okay? But we need personal fulfillment to know that we're using our gifts to make a difference in this world and actually enjoy a career that we love and not have a boss, right? Be our own boss. Schedule our days the way we want to schedule. We want all these things, right? So the money you need will quite possibly determine the speed, right? If you need a lot of money pretty quick, it's going to determine how fast. You can't be too desperate when you start this because you'll end up building it too fast and it could flop. The third aspect of your life that your speed will depend on is whether you have a clear plan. Some of you, which I totally get it, I do this too when I'm trying to learn things, are trying to literally piece this puzzle together. You're watching YouTube videos, you're going to podcasts, you're listening to this one, which I hope is helping you. You may be listening to audiobooks, you may be talking to your friends, you may be researching on Google. You're trying to piece all this together. I want you to know now that if you feel that you are wasting a lot of time trying to piece this together, there is an easier way. As I told you, I have the Just Start course you can start working on. Don't spend any more hours trying to piece this together when you don't even know if it's a proven plan the way you're piecing it together, okay? Let's just do it right. I priced this course low cost so that you could get it, right? I know you're new business owners. I know you're trying to get this thing going. I want you to have a plan because here's the deal. If you don't have a clear plan, you are going to stall because you're going to keep researching. You're going to be stuck in learning zone. Learning. And where is your business? You haven't even gotten it going. I've done that myself with this business. I was researching. I was learning. I was doing all these things. Y'all, I stalled for a while. It was unintentional. And I told myself after I snapped to it and got this thing rolling and humming along that I would not let anyone in my circle do this to themselves. Don't waste time trying to research. We are in the information age. It's amazing. I love it. We can find out anything we want. But if you find yourself stalling and you're not going fast enough and you know it and you need to get this thing going, please invest in yourself. Promise me you will. Get help when you need it. If you need my course, get that. If you don't, you need somebody else's course, get that. I just don't want you stalling because you're trying to piecemeal everything and you don't even know that what you're piecemealing together is the solution you need, right? If you don't have a clear path and plan forward, it is going to affect your speed. Here's another thing. You could get some kind of plan that you find and you can go in one direction and realize you've headed in the wrong direction. And now you've got to backtrack and now you've wasted time and money. I've seen that happen too. And I've helped people get back on track in coaching, right? We've had to center ourselves, right? I've had to help them see where they need to be going. If this is you, know that I have coaching as well because I can sit with you one-on-one, even if it's for an hour, and let's just get some clarity and direction for what the heck you should be doing with this business. Okay, there's no need to let yourself anguish over all this finding of information. you're on like a treasure hunt when the pot of gold is right near you. Okay? You can get answers. You can pay to quickly get help that can just move past this beginning stage and get to growing. Right? So, realize this today. There's no certain speed with which to build your business, okay? As much as you want to hear all this stuff that, everyone's an overnight success. I'm telling you, most people took a long time to become an overnight success. It's fact. Most people took years to become an overnight success. You didn't see what they did all in the background. You didn't see the other business that they started. You didn't see the other one that failed. You didn't see them jump into something impulsively and it didn't work, so now they're having to regroup. You didn't see all that. It takes a while. In fact, I was reading something Forbes had put out, and it had like a chart of like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, something like that, with what small businesses tend to profit each year. And it was like years 2 and 3 were really when businesses took off, really year 3. So that may be hard for some of you to hear because you're like, 3 years? Now, this may be for other kinds of businesses. I believe you can do it before 3 years, especially with help. If you get help, within a year, you can have this thing up, going, making money. You can make money right away. Depending on the type of business that you have, you can make money right away, right? But is it sustainable? That's the question. How are we growing this? How are we taking advantage of what you have now and then also leveraging that for future growth? Because you've got to have future growth. You can't just have sales now, right? And when I read that Forbes article about that, I was like, it's so true, because a lot of businesses take a little while. They just take a little while to build, and you have to be prepared for that. But if you want to speed things up, okay, consider the season of life that you're in, because you don't want to be spread too thin. Okay, consider this season of your life. Also, consider your money needs, right? How much money do you really need? And is it worth you, going through hoops and not spending time with your family and doing all these things and wearing yourself out if you don't really need that much money right now, when you could slow build it in the background without all the stress and then boom, have this thing ready to go in a year? And when I say ready to go, I'm mean ready to market. Like, you can go ahead and start your business and get things going, but maybe you're just not full on marketing this thing. But maybe in a year you can be, because that would be really smart to start building your audience now. Okay, so that when you have the time to go fast, you can. And then I think you can build your business quickly with a clear plan. You can start heading in the right direction with a clear plan. You have to have that. If you don't and you're piecemealing this, you're slowing yourself down. Now, I understand if you have zero money and you can't even afford anything to get help. That's okay. And if you need to piecemeal it, then you do. Just know that it's slowing you down. If you're okay with that, then you're okay with that, because here it is again. Your journey is your journey. The speed with which you want to build this business is your own. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just know that you don't want to stall. You don't want to keep putting this off. You don't want people to not take you seriously. And you don't want to let this flame burn out, because I know right now you have something special to offer this world through your business. You know that you have a gift to do something for other people, and you want to use it. And how amazing would it be to make money on a regular basis, doing what you love and making a difference in this world? Hallelujah. You can do it if you're not doing it already. You can do this. So I'm so happy you're here. If you're not in my Facebook group, did you know I have a private Facebook group for women starting businesses? Click below. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. It's on Facebook. Get in there. I'd love to have you. I love my Facebook group. Y'all are so amazing. I get to see all your updates, all your wins, everything that you're doing. It's just so heartwarming. You've got to see the progress that people are making. If you're not in there already, please get in. Just answer the 3 questions. Make sure you do that, because so many people request to get in and y'all don't answer the questions. I have 100 people waiting because they've never answered one of the 3 questions. So I can't let you in without you answering the questions, okay? So do that for me. And that is it. Y'all have a wonderful day. And remember, your journey is your journey. Bye now. Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.